TechTales95, good morning. Today is August 5th on a Thursday morning at 7:15 a.m. I'm planning to do a live stream today, 11 a.m. Pacific time. Let's come over here to my computer number 2, youtube.com/LWTDB. That'll take you to my YouTube channel. Right here is the scheduled item. This line right here is going to show your local time. The thumbnail shows my time. I'm not a very good actor, so I tried posing to do a picture this morning indicating frustration, because what I'm doing in this live stream is testing Microsoft games. I did a little bit of that yesterday and found it to be a frustrating experience. Have mixed thoughts about how well it's working. I thought it would make a good video. You know what? That's number 4. I've got this. This is number 4. It's not number 3. So I'm going to wind up changing that to a 4 at some point. So then let's get on to the time slip. So the time slip for today is unusual because this is a job I did yesterday. I've got pictures. I've got, let's see, what was it? 69 pictures and videos of the work today, and they take us through a troubleshooting sequence. So I'm going to take you right into these pictures, and that's this whole video today. So let me bring this one up. So here's the beginning. What we have here is a Pitney Bowes postage machine that's not working. I've had this problem before with the machine. This is a new machine. They've had it replaced a few months ago, and it was working. Now it's not working. So here's the screen. Shows there's a connect button, and it says not connected. It's on DHCP right now, so it's failing to connect. Right arrow key, and this shows the Ethernet connection on the back. It looks like it is connected. It's showing lights flickering. Right arrow again. So I put in a static IP address. This is the same static IP address I had before. Another thing that has changed in this office since the last time I've been there is they got new IP phone systems, and the phone installer put some new boxes in and changed the configuration of the network IP scheme a little bit. So I thought maybe they've got a DHCP range that's not working for us. Now, actually, I don't think that, no, that is not the IP address I had before. I realized before I went to do that is that the IP address I used to have on this machine, on the previous machine, actually was no longer a good address to use because it was within the DHCP range. So then moving on to the next one is trying to connect. It's going to take a couple minutes to try to connect. While it's trying to connect, yeah, that's a photo, not really trying right now. I thought I'd show you the wiring in this at this desk. So this is all power. This one right here is just, I guess, a power strip that's no longer in use. And then the behind the desk, there I've got wires, excess wiring taped up. This is migrated over the years. They've moved desks around, they've changed equipment, and so at one point it just became a quick and simple because I was interrupting their workday to get things up, back up and running. So, and this desk they put up right against the wall. This is a brick wall, and there's stuff down here I needed to get to, so that was kind of difficult. So then this picture is a little bit deeper into that same cavity. And then this picture is even deeper into that same cavity. Show you that I wrapped up some wires because they were all just kind of a scramble in there previously. So then coming back here, the Pitney Bowes postage machine has failed to connect. Then right arrow key from her computer, I tried pinging that IP address and it fails, even though the lights look like it's okay. Right arrow key again. Now this is a video, so I'm gonna play this video. You see lights blinking. I take it out, plug it back in. I'm going to mute that sound because I think people talk here. Then it starts to try to connect. We see some normal blinking when you plug in an Ethernet cable. And waiting. Oh no, that video's done. Sorry. There's another one that's going to go longer. So did that jump too far? No, that's the video. Okay, so here's the equipment. This box is new to me. This box is new. This is new. This is new. Here's the Comcast router down here. And actually the old switch and the old equipment is up on the upper shelf up there. I didn't get a picture of it, but it's not connected. It's totally unplugged. Here's our patch panel over here. Let's see, there's phone punch down block. Go to the right arrow. Oh, this shows a little better the patch panel and the phone punch down block. A little more of how the system is. That's the Comcast router right there. You see a bunch of lights on for those Ethernet connections. The Comcast router has one Ethernet connected to it. And then here's this TotalCom Firebox. This is a phone related system with voice and data. So I think this is some kind of a firewall appliance that they put in. So it's not just phone. And then here, this piece is, I believe, just for phone. Voice switch right there. And then the back of that red box, they have labeled a LAN port and a Comcast port, indicating that they have changed the IP address of the Comcast router. And I suppose that this firewall box is providing DHCP addresses functioning as a router. I'm not sure what they did there. Now, before you start thinking, why is somebody making changes to the network without going through me? Well, I think they did go through me, and I had this conversation with my client at the end of this job. So we've got new equipment in there. I wasn't aware of it. And they said, well, I think we told you about that. And I go, oh yeah, I think they did call me. And I said, no, just go do it. I can figure out what they did after the fact. I've never seen an IP phone system put in this amount of extra equipment and actually change the configuration of the Comcast router. But that's okay. I could still find my way around. And so this shows let's see, this one goes to the Comcast router and this one goes to the network switch. And back to the Pitney Bowes. So remember I had put in the static IP address. Now I got the idea, I think, well, maybe I need to restart it. So here the screen is turned off. I hold down the power button for about 10 seconds, then get a message on the screen saying it's shutting down. Oh, this is a video. This one's a video. Now, did I miss any other videos? Let me get back to this video and play that and show what's going on there. So here, holding down the power button to shut it down. And then I got to hold it down longer. A brief press of that button isn't sufficient. Hold it down, hold, and then it says shutting down. So then this video is at its end, and then come over here to this one, and then just gonna turn it back on. So let's see, I'm gonna click forward a little bit into this video rather than watching the whole startup procedure. Then it has a PIN number I have to put in, and it checks for updates. And then I think it's going to get to a point where we see whether it's connected or not. So I'm going to let this play out. It's just got 5 more seconds. Does it do that here or not? This is part of why I wanted to do these today, because I was going to forget more. So no, that video finished. So then the next screen. All right, here. PB Commerce Cloud not found. So that looks like it failed. And then, let's see, that one wasn't a video. This one's not a video. This one's a video. And I think I show here the path going in. So I press the settings gear button and then touch wired Ethernet. And then here there's a connected. See, there's a connect button and it says connected. Even though it just told me that it failed to connect to Pitney Bowes, it is connected on the static IP address. So restarting the device got it to be connected. So now I do a ping from the computer and it gives me 4 good pings. Great, I think I've got the problem solved, right? IP address, restart it, and we're good to go. No. Right arrow key, and here's a video. So here I click the play button. Look at that, it says not connected. And I'm not touching anything on the device. Just waiting. Now that screen bounced around. There it says connected. And now wait a little bit, and now it says not connected. All right, so no, we're not fixed yet. The static IP address is not sufficient. So there, that video is finished. Right arrow key. Now I go back to the computer and I do another ping. Look at that. The request timed out. This one replied successfully. Timeout. So I've got an intermittent problem now. So come back here to the switch. I make note of which ports are dark because I want to figure out which port is this Pitney Bowes device connected to. So I disconnect the Ethernet cable from the Pitney Bowes. Let's see, was that one? No, that one wasn't a video. And then right arrow key. Now I look to see those same 3 ones are off. So that tells me there's got to be some switch, some network switch in the mix here. And I wasn't surprised for that. I kind of thought that that was the case, but when I looked behind that desk, I didn't see it. So I go out to my car and I use these plastic boxes. So here I got a box of Ethernet cables. I get me a long Ethernet cable and I plug it into this port on the switch, and then I plug it into the Pitney Bowes. So I got a direct connection. So now what happens? Here I've got a video. So I click this and it's a 9-second video, shows connected. Does it go unconnected again? Does it lose connection? Or do I have a stable connection now? If I have a stable connection now, then there's something in the wiring. So here that did not go off. Now I didn't run that long enough for you to be convinced, but I did check it long enough. So here's pinging is consistent, and then I do a whole screen worth of pinging and all solid, 4 replies every time I try it. So that looks good. So now I go look. This is looking down on the desktop. Here's the Pitney Bowes, the back of it. There's that blue Ethernet connected. This other Ethernet goes down behind the desk. Right arrow key, and then it comes back up the desk. We're back on the top of the desk. This is the printer that's on that's right next to the Pitney Bowes. Then it goes down under here, and then it comes down under the desk under here, coming down to looking like it's going to the ground, and then it plugs in. There's a switch. There's a little active network switch. This blue line here goes to her computer. This line is the internet connection that goes back to the switch. And that's the cable that goes to the Pitney Bowes. So right arrow key, and here's the blue Ethernet going to the computer. And then I plug in that long blue Ethernet going to the Pitney Bowes. So then I've got all that extra cable there, plug into the Pitney Bowes. Do I have stable connection now? This is a video. Not connected. So I do not have a stable connection. I know I've got a good cable because that cable already proved good. So I got something between that switch and the network switch. So then right arrow key, then come back to the computer, and I've got 2 good replies here and 2 timeouts. So back to the trouble again. This one's a photo just showing the lights there. Oh, I guess I'm just showing that I've unplugged the blue and I've gone back to the original cable. So then I go look at that Ethernet switch. It's not a very clear picture, but there's a let's see. This is the line coming in. I think this one's power. And this one's the computer, and this one's the Pitney Bowes. And that yellow, I think, is just indicating that those are 100 megabit devices. And that's another picture of that. Let's see. Oh, that's a video. Yeah. Let's see what I got here. This is a 15-second video. Just to show that, oh, there I got a better focus. Yeah, port 1 and 2. The leftmost light is green for power. And the last light on port 5 is the connection to the source. So those lights look normal. And then this is with a flash, just show the device better, and you got the model number there. The only reason the lights look like they're out is because the flash is overpowering those lights. So I've got the gray cable connected back, and this one is a video. What do we got here now? 38 seconds long. Oh, I want to show a pattern here. That's what it is. We're going to see a pattern here. So the lights go off, and then when it starts again, it's that little flicker and then dark. And I'm showing moving the cable around. Is there a poor connection there? Moving this cable around. When I first started moving it, the lights came on. Maybe you think that means something. So I keep moving it around just to demonstrate that moving the cable is not the source of the trouble, because the lights are going to go off in a moment. And then when they start up, they're going to do the same pattern. So when these lights are flickering like that, that is the machine trying to reestablish connection, and it fails. It's not a successful connection. So here I remove the original source line to the switch, and I got the long blue cable again. I'm going to connect it to the switch. And this is going to test, does this line have some problem between it and the switch? So here I'm plugged into that switch, and then come back here to the device, and we're going to see that same pattern. This is a 30-second video, and I'm going to stop it as soon as that goes dark, because that's enough for you to agree that, yeah, it's still broken. So then go back to my car, and here's my box of network equipment, and you can see in there I've got some switches. So I'm going to pull out one of those, and I decided to go with this TP-Link. It's a used switch. I'm gradually stepping up my game. I want to carry new devices. The problem with that in the past, it still is, I never know what size switch I'm going to need. In this case, I need a small switch. When I pull a defective switch out of a client's computer, it does not go into this box. So switches that go into this box as used are switches that were working, and I'm not going to charge for it. It's a 5-port gigabit desktop switch TP-Link. There's a model number if you care. So I've got all the wires connected into this new switch, this different switch, and there's the old one on the wall. And then here we got a video. So do we have good stable connection now? This is a 41-second video, and it's going to stay stable all the way through. So I don't really need to show the whole video there. You'll take my word for it that it is stable. I'm going to go ahead and click to the next one. So then, unable to connect to the internet, there's a try again button. So it did not actually show on screen that it's connected. And so I go up here to the Pitney Bowes control screen, and here it does show connected. So it did, once I got into this screen, by that point it did show connected. I'm kind of thinking maybe I had to restart it. Not certain whether I restarted it, because maybe back here I'm showing that, oh, you know what, this spinning circle here, I think that is documenting that I restarted it to get it to reconnect. So that's not a video. And then here, so I do 4 pings, all stable, and go on to the next one. So then I tape up that. And this is not a thing I want to step up my game, is to do better ways of holding devices. And I've just recently got some new ideas about how I want to go about doing that, but I'm not going to talk through that right now. So I take the old one out, I write on it defective, and then later, once I got it home, I wrote on it defective port 2, and it's not going to go into my electronics recycling box, it's going to go into my defective equipment box, because I thought sometime I might bring out this defective equipment and kind of look closer at them, see what went wrong with them. Really doesn't matter though, does it? So this is more about that particular device. And then part of the time slip, I wrap up my cable and clean up after myself. I'm still on billable time, and I sit down at my laptop and actually type in the time slip. Now at this point, I didn't have Wi-Fi connection to their Wi-Fi, and I didn't bother troubleshooting that. So normally I would type this into the time slip. Troubleshot connection failure for Pitney Bowes postage machine, entered static IP address on the machine and restarted, problem persisted. Noted this machine and IP phone equipment has changed since my last service of this machine. Determined intermediate network switch to be faulty, replace switch and confirm stable operation. So then that is the last picture. That made for a long Tech Tales, but I hope that was worth it because of the show and tell aspect. So that's it for this session. I hope that was useful. Have a great day. Catch you later. Goodbye.